Welcome to the Arsenal show. And today, it could be a very happy Arsenal show. We ain't getting ahead of ourselves, but finally, Arsenal have got the 3 points. They've got the 3 points they wanted, the 3 points they needed. It's taken a little bit of pressure off of Mikel Arteta's back. Obviously, not too much because people will still be a bit sort of skeptical about the way we did it. But we got a 1-0 victory against Norwich. People, I can see you joining. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Get more people joining, get more people coming in. I want to hear, see what you got to say in the comment section. I want to hear what your ratings are for each player. But before we go ahead, I'd like to welcome back from a week off, looking fresh, I have to say, it's Steve, Chief Scout. K, how you doing, Steve?
Fantastic, Kieran. It's good to be back, and like yourself, feeling refreshed and ready for the new season, and come back to a nice little win. Very nice.
It is nice. It is nice. So we go. Jerome did the predictions with us the other day. He predicted his lineup. He went for a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. That one, he said he thinks Arsenal are going to win, but he doesn't think it's going to be as open as what it was, and it was that way. I thought it was all for me. It was always going to be a tough one. Arsenal in the mindset they're not in a good run, not in good form. Norwich probably feeling like they could get something out of this game. And then it's still early season, so they're not giving up. They're going to give their all. And yeah, we got what's important, and that's the 3 points. But Steve, how do you think overall it went today?
Yeah, I thought we did well today. As you said, people will say, "Oh, well, it was only Norwich," but you know, Man City probably said that last season when Norwich beat them 3-2. So, you know, this is football, and you have to go and beat who you're playing against, and who's facing you. You know, I thought it was a good thing. I thought we started really well. The team was a bit of a shock.
let's go for the team, because the starting lineup, and I'm sure many people were pretty dubious about the starting lineup. Aaron Ramsdale, I know in the Arsenal show the other week, me and you both said we'd start with Ramsdale, because if you've brought in a new goalkeeper to take over from a goalkeeper that's not willing to sign a new deal, that doesn't want to be there, essentially, then you might as well start afresh. Go with the team you're going to go with going forward. But I mean, I didn't expect him to actually do it. But yeah, let's go through the team. Yeah. Started off with Ramsdale in goal. Tomiyasu. No one expected him to play. I think he just about got his work permit. He had his first training session the other day. I think it was only on Thursday, his first training session. Ben White, centre-back pairing with Gabriel, something that we expected going forward and probably hope for today. Kieran Tierney, Sambi, Lokonga, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, which was a shock. Nicholas Pepe, Martin Ødegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Steve, let's go back. What was you thinking when you saw that lineup?
Yeah, I was pleased but surprised. I was pleased that Ramsdale was in goal, because like you said, Leno doesn't want to be there, and he gave us a good idea of that last season when he gave that interview and he slipped up. And you don't say the things that he said if you want to stay at a football club. And I think that's why Ramsdale's been brought in, and I think that's why Ramsdale's been brought in very early. And you may very well see him as our number one keeper as from today. But for the rest of the team, I was very, very pleased to see Tomiyasu playing, because that back four is going to be our back four going forward. So that, I was pleased to see that. You might as well get him in, start him early. A bit surprised about the centre of the midfield. Again, up front. Again, not so much of a surprise, because you know we've got other players now that you don't know where to fit them in. But that can only be a good thing, can't it?
Yeah, definitely a good thing. But surely what shocked me the most, Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the centre midfield.
Yeah,
that surprised you the most?
Biggest shock. I just, it was the one that not disappointed me, but I don't know how many times we have to keep on not playing. I like Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I don't want to keep having a go at him as a person and as a bloke, but I don't think he's Arsenal standard. And we seem to just keep on trying to play him in as right back. We keep trying to play him in the centre of midfield when there's there are other players who can be playing in there. So I can't really get into Arteta's mind why they keep playing him, and especially why, with the transfer, before the season, we was trying to keep him and begging him to stay. Because for me, he's just not Arsenal standard. We need to get rid of him. Sell him on, not get rid of him.
All right. Before we go on, people, please hit that like. And if you're new to this one, if you're new to the Arsenal show, new to KS1 TV on YouTube, hit that subscribe, please. We've got plenty coming, plenty guests, some ex-pros, some current pros. We've got competitions coming, kit giveaways as well. Let me see what the comment section is saying before we get into the player ratings. Adam Wade, most important thing for you at the moment is getting away from the losing run and getting some points on the board. 100%, Ad. 100%. Totally agree with you. And I hope that's the same sentiment with a lot of with our fans as well, because it's very easy to pick apart things, to as we said earlier, to point to the fact that it's Norwich, they're sitting at the bottom of the league, but we're not in good form, and we do need to get out of that rut and start getting into winning ways and scoring goals as well, especially in the Premier League. Steve, we're going to get onto the players' ratings now. All right, let's go. First of all, Aaron Ramsdale, his Premier League debut for Arsenal.
He did well. Let's face it, he didn't have much to do, did he? Through the game, but what he did do, he done well. So I'm going to give him a 7.
All right. Aaron Ramsdale gets a 7.
I was going to give him a 6 because, I just thought there wasn't much to do, but I just felt it would be a little bit unfair, so I thought I'd give you a 7, as it was your first game.
Yeah, Be nice, Steve. Be nice. We'll start with this man here on his debut, Premier League debut. For me, it didn't seem like it was his debut.
Top draw. Fantastic performance. First thing that came into my mind when the first 20, 25 minutes of the game, I thought, ex-Bellerin, that's how you used to be. You used to be that. You've gone back. You need to take another look at Tomiyasu and get your game back to that again, because he was Hector Bellerin, and we all thought Hector Bellerin was going to be the next best thing. I thought he was fantastic today. Going forward, even defending, I was pleased with the defending. He's quick, he's fast, he's attacking. Brilliant. I'd give him an 8 out of 10, Kieran. I don't know what you thought of him today, but 8 out of 10.
I mean, I'll get onto him right now. My notes was very good going forward. His movement was quality. As you said, he's quick, and he made himself available all the time. He was always available, and it wasn't even just on the right. He would tuck in sometimes. He was everywhere today. I thought for a debut, even if it wasn't his debut, I thought he was brilliant today. Nearly even got a goal. And I think different to Hector Bellerin in terms of he's more of a physical presence. I think 3 or 4 times I saw him headering the ball out, but with purpose, like a centre-back, because he is a centre-back as well. So, I think it poo-poos some of people that are very sceptical of some of the signs we made, especially this one towards the end of the transfer window. And I thought from what I saw today, he's been an excellent signing. And if he continues the way he is today, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Ben White.
I thought Ben White played well. I don't think he did nothing wrong. I thought he was, unlike against City, where he was a bit was it City or Chelsea?
Brentford.
Was it Brentford? He was like
Brentford.
He looked a bit. He didn't have a good game, but we all know Ben White was quality, and we all know what we was going to see, and we see it today. He was good with the ball. He was good passing out from the back, and he also was, shouting across to people, talking to Gabriel. I like that a lot. I'd give Ben White 7.
All right, Ben White. Ben White gets a 7. Yeah, I thought that Ben White was good today. It was yeah. I really like the look of him. I think if he can hone his skills and carries on his development the way it looks like he has been from when he came to Leeds to his first season in the Premier League, and if he continues, I think once again, I think this could be a very, very, very good purchase. Gabriel, first game back of the season since he's been out from the Olympics. As I said in the pre-match preview, I watched his training the other day, and he was immense. He was a beast. And yeah, what do you think of him today then?
Well, he's took from for the training onto the pitch was today, because I thought Gabriel was excellent. Thinking about it now, maybe I should have given Ben White an 8, because I think White was just a little bit better. Thinking about it, maybe I should have given him a 7.5. But Gabriel, I thought, was excellent today. His aerial presence, for me, I always feel that little bit safer. Today, I felt that little bit safer with Tomiyasu as a right back. With Ben White and Gabriel, they had that physical presence of two internationals playing in the centre of defence, where so over the last year or two we've had this mishmash where we just, our centre halves have been all over the place. Really excited to see these two going forward, and Gabriel. Yeah, I've got to give him a 7 as well. I love the way he's that aerial presence from corners where he can get his head to, and he can always score a goal, and he's dangerous when he's going forward.
Yeah, you're right, and it feels like it's going to be a perfect balance between him and Ben White, and especially if you've got Tomiyasu as well there, where Ben White may roam forward, Tomiyasu can always tuck in. I think it was good balance. It was good balance today. It was very good balance, and I'm glad to have him back. I'm glad to have Gabriel back. Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, Kieran Tierney. I mean, right from the whistle, he was flying down that left flank, wasn't he? Getting balls across. I think our forwards and possibly even our centre, our midfield players have got to get in that box more, because I don't think we take advantage enough of what Kieran Tierney does down that left-hand side. No. I mean, so many times I was seeing Kieran Tierney getting down that left, crossing the ball, and the only person was in there was Aubameyang. And Aubameyang ain't really known for his headering, and it would be a lot easier if you had a couple of midfield players, so Ødegaard or Smith-Rowe or Lokonga, just backing up and getting in with him, and just making the most of Kieran Tierney's work that we see every week.
100%, and I also think, but I think it doesn't even need to be someone who's going to come in there and fly him with a head. I think people can be smart and attack that front post, because there's sometimes, especially there was this lovely early ball that Kieran Tierney whipped in, and it was along the ground, and it ended up in and around the penalty spot, bounced out. There's a lot of defensive. But I feel if someone had made that diagonal run and attacked that front post, you can get a little nip on. I can't remember who used to always do it. It was Giroud. Giroud used to do it a lot. He used to attack that front post and literally just get a little toe on it, and it flicks it around the keeper, because the keeper ain't ready for it, and the defenders ain't ready for it. No one's following your runner. I think if someone like Smith-Rowe, he's very cute, he's very smart. Someone like Saka, these boys need to know that. They need to get that sort of instinct, come in off the wing, cut in and hit the diag and just toe poke it past the keeper. But yeah, you're completely right. We need to start taking more advantage of these balls that are going in the box from Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know who that player will be, whether it be one player, whether it be two players, whether it be Ødegaard, whether it be Saka, like you've already said. I'm sure Arteta's now he's got to really make them, get them together, and I can't believe he hasn't done that, and spoke to someone, because I mean, who that player will be, I don't really know. I don't think it would probably be Ødegaard. I think it would more likely be Saka and Smith-Rowe, because I think we said at the very first game of the season, Smith-Rowe needs to score more goals. He needs at least to be getting 10 a season. And you've got Kieran Tierney, going down that flank. I mean, he's got the perfect person to set him up to score these goals.
Yeah, definitely. So, what are you giving Kieran Tierney as a rating?
7.
7 for Kieran Tierney. All right. Let's get on to the next one. Ainsley Maitland-Niles. As we said, it was a shock. But it was in. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, what are you giving him?
He didn't have a bad game, and he didn't do nothing of any note. There was a few balls that went astray every now and then, and he does that a lot. I mean, we made a bit of fun of him, didn't we, last season when he did that ball across, and when it was done, do you know what I mean? He seems to make a habit of it. It's not one of his traits. So I don't know how he expects. Everybody keeps going on about, he needs to play in midfield. He can't play in the Arsenal midfield. I don't wish to, have a go at the guy, and because it's probably been hard for him. Keep playing right back, keep playing midfield. It's difficult for him, but his marking today probably going to reflect on why he has to move on. He didn't have a good game. He didn't have a bad game, but I'd give Maitland-Niles a 5 today. He looked pretty disappointed when he went off as well, and a little bit of me thought that, I can imagine being disappointed, but, I do see why you've been taken off.
I thought he was, in the first half, I thought he was all right. He didn't have a bad game. But then it's, as you said, it's them sloppy passes. And in a time when you don't want the other team, if you're like on the front foot, but you're not scoring goals, one thing you need is to keep possession. And if you start losing possession, then the other team can feel, and they get their confidence back, and they feel they can get into the game. And that's the problem. Ainsley Maitland-Niles needs a couple of games to really get into it, and then he needs that run. But I just don't ever feel like he's going to get that run in the Arsenal team.
No.
With Tommy Ayew there, he's not going to get that run at right back. I'm sorry.
No.
If Tommy Ayew plays like that week in, week out, he is an assured defender and right back and centre back. He knows his position. Ainsley Maitland-Niles still feels like he's learning, and he may. If Arteta's kept in there to be the versatile player, where he can play left back, right back, central midfield, I understand that. But you can't be the guy that needs a game or two to get into it. You have to be a James Milner. I can't think of anyone else, but you have to be. You're in that position. Phil Neville. You have to be in that position and do it straight away. No one's asking you to play sevens, 8s, and 9s. A 6, an honest 6, an honest 7. You get that game by game, and you're coming in and being a cover or in different positions. People completely understand that. No one's expecting worldy performances from you, but you have to do the key fundamentals right, and that is passing. You're at Arsenal, and we're known for our passing. And if you're sloppy, that takes away from the whole fluidity that Arsenal is, and we can't have that. So it's nothing against Maitland-Niles, but you've got to hit the ground running, mate.
Yeah,
or even jogging. It can't be a stumble into the game, because otherwise you won't get that next chance. And that's the thing. I feel for him, and I feel like for his development, he does need to move on. He does need to. But if he's going to be at Arsenal and he's going to be that backup, go in all different positions, he needs to come in and hit the ground running. Yeah.
If you had a graph over Maitland-Niles' Arsenal career, it would just be like that, wouldn't it? It's never gone to that, and it's always a little bit. It's never took off, is it? It's never took off for him.
No, it's
and not. I'm sure he must know in his own head that it is best for him to move on, because he's a decent player. It was a strange substitution. Did you think? I couldn't work out why he was put to right back, and he had Cedric on the bench. I mean, they brought Cedric on eventually, so it's like Arteta's trying to play and put him into all these different places all the time. But
yeah, I think he was just trying to bring on Partey and probably trying to just make the least amount of changes as needed. But I think the key thing was getting Partey on. Lokonga.
Yeah, Lokonga, he was all right today again. Another step up in his Arsenal career. Whether he's going to be that, whether he's going to play in the week every week, probably not. But I've been more than happy with him over the last three games that I've seen him. I thought he had a decent game today. He had a couple of shots that worked the keeper. That was another side of the game that I've not seen from Lokonga yet. That was pleasing. So yeah, wasn't a Ben White. He wasn't a Tommy Ashew. He wasn't up there today. But I'd give him 6.
6 for Lokonga. For me, if I'm honest, I every time I see this guy, I'm impressed that we got him for 15 million. This is not a 15 million pound player, and I fully expect Lokonga to be one of the. If he carries on the way he is, I think Lokonga's going to be one of our better players. I see things. Yeah. I see this kid could quite easily sit next to Thomas Partey. Could quite easily sit next to anybody. He can tackle. He can go forward. He's very direct. He's a player that always wants the ball. He run with the ball. I like him. I like him. He's not scared to put a ball over the top. He's not scared to put in a challenge. So yeah, I've got a lot of time for Samuel Lokonga, but I think 6 is about fair enough. Don't think anyone was outstanding in that middle today. I thought, just good.
Yeah.
Martin Ødegaard.
Yeah. But if he get,
Go on.
Martin Ødegaard. Decent. Again, another decent game today. I thought he played well, without being outstanding. I want him to see more chances. I don't know whether that again we go back to the Kieran Tierney and the fact that people are not making the runs for these people to look good. Your Tierneys, your Ødegaards, and I feel that way a bit about Ødegaard when he gets the ball. I think Ødegaard, Smith-Rowe, Saka or Pepe should be making the runs for him. I want to see him make more chances, but I don't think that's the fault of Ødegaard. But he's certainly done that job in the centre of the park there. Picked up the ball, broke it off, played it off, did that perfectly. I'll give him a 6.
All right, Martin Ødegaard gets a 6. All right. Yeah, I think Martin Ødegaard. I think he. Well, I don't know if you saw that video the other day that Martin Ødegaard, from the time that he was there till the end of the season, created the most chances for Arsenal. And I can continue to see that happening. I think as the season goes on, I can see him scoring more goals. I can see him getting more assists. I think he's going to have a good season this year. I like him. Saka.
Yeah, the last since he's come back from the Euros, he hasn't looked fit to me. He hasn't looked right to me. I think the little thing that he had going on, I think affected him, and he hadn't looked right. He looked to me today back to a little bit more of his old self. He looked like he was up for it. He looked like he was running at people. I was smiling when he was on the ball because he just looked like the Saka from last season, and he's always dangerous. And you could see other defences when they're up against him or he's running at them. You can see when they're scared or they're backing off, and they started doing that again today. So I give Saka a 7.
Yeah, he puts him on the back foot, and he's constant. He's constant, and that's the thing that the people don't understand. Which I will speak about when we got into this next person. He's just relentless, and when wingers are that is what you want from your wingers, because it gives the defenders no time to think. And if they respect the wingers, which they do with our wingers, Saka's got a lot of respect. They're not gonna go sleeping, so they need to make sure they're on it. So even if he's not on it, even if it's not his best day, it puts them back. It keeps them thinking. So, and one thing he does is he's not scared. He doesn't hide. Saka, good today. Nicolas Pepe.
This is probably the one I had to think about the most when it comes to me markings. But Nicolas Pepe, he must drive defences crazy. He must drive them up the wall. I played in Pepe's position. He was a guy all my whole career playing football. I played in that position, and I can tell you people, he must drive people crazy. He is relentless. He is non-stop. It doesn't matter if he makes a mess up. He can kick the ball out of touch, but he's there again and he's trying again, and I love that. He is. I love it. I love it. He can. I've seen people on Twitter. Oh, what a mess up from Pepe! But he just keeps going. He keeps going, and he keeps going. And look at the goal. He was the one. He was the one who kept going. I don't think he knew it was doing. He was falling over. He's backing over.
But that's because he wanted it. Because he wanted it.
That's because he wanted it. He wanted it. And
I'm loving Pepe.
I give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm really starting to like this guy. He's still got a lot to learn. He's still got a lot to do to become a top player. But in my notes, people must be frustrated by Pepe. But a big but, he never stops going. He's relentless. He keeps on going. That's what I was just saying before about Saka. He does not stop. So even if, and you know what Pepe can do, you know on his day, no one can touch him. So they have to be aware. They have to watch his tricks. They have to watch his movement. They have to watch because he might. So even if he's having a bad game, you can't fall asleep on Pepe because he will come back to haunt you. Yeah, and as you said, he was relentless. The reason why we scored was because the first shot hits the post, but then he still wants to go and get that ball, falls over, hits the back of his foot, and the man that we're about to talk about next scores a goal.
I had to keep looking at that goal, and because they said, Pepe's going to get the assist for that, and I had to keep watching it. I'm thinking, where's the assist? And it was
off the bottom of his studs, I think it was
something like that. Something, but as you said, it's all to do with just keeping on going and non-stop. And he was taking shots as well, and he was going over, and he was working the goalkeeper. Fantastic.
Yeah. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yeah, I mean he got his goal. Thanks to Pepe. Let's not forget. People forget. Beforehand that. Thomas Partey played a lovely ball into, I can't remember who it was, but they're always important balls before an assist. I love that. Ødegaard does it a lot. But yeah, Aubameyang, he kept going. You could tell, like, when he scores a goal, he loves scoring goals. He loves scoring that goal today. He don't care if they're tap-ins, returns with top bins. He's a centre forward. He absolutely loved it. He probably could have got more service today than what he did. But he got his goal. So I'm going to give him a 7.
All right, Aubameyang gets a 7. And we will have to rush through these subs. So the subs, Steve. We've got Thomas Partey, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Cedric.
Yeah, they all come on. They all did. None of them did anything bad. They just come in and joined in the game. Partey, he made the ball to the goal, but from the midfield, like I just said, I give him a 6. Cedric as well, I give him a 6. But Smith-Rowe done that. He had that little bit more, didn't he? He come on, he was running.
No, he did.
So I could give him a 7. But
you're allowed.
I'll give him a 7 because he's just so dangerous. He come on, it was like, and I like his build now. He looks like he's been working during the close season. He looks a bit more.
Yeah, do you know what I noticed as well? He's shredded down. I thought he was a bit too much puppy fat last season. I don't know whether he added that because he felt that he needs to bulk up to get into the first team, but he's shredded that down a bit, which is making me happy. Emil Smith-Rowe, and the note I had is he will need to start taking those chances sooner or later.
There was that one, wasn't there?
Yeah. But he gets into that position, he will start scoring more goals. But yes, he will need to start taking them chances eventually. Otherwise, we will get onto him. The manager, Mikel Arteta, brave today.
Yeah, he was brave. Norwich, they didn't come there just to sit back. You know, as soon as they got the ball, they was attacking, and they did look dangerous a couple of times. But yeah, I mean, look, he's put Ramsdale in goals today. It's what we want. You know, he's put Tommy Asso in. It's what we want. White and Gabriel, we wanted it. They're there. Ødegaard, Saka, Pepe, Aubameyang. You know, not long. He's put Lacazette. Looks like he's done. He's finished. He's on the bench. I don't think we're going to see much of him this season. And it was attacked from the off, and that's what Arsenal did right from the beginning. If anything, about Arsenal today, we probably could have taken our chances a bit more if we had that little bit more quality, maybe. But as far as Arteta goes, yeah, we won the game, and that's his job. So give him a 7.
All right, Mikel Arteta gets a 7. And who's your man of the match?
Man, I only give one player today. He rated him as an 8.
Yeah,
and that is our new signing, a new right back, and that's Tommy Asso.
It is Tommy Asso. I mean, it's only fair, and this is not a sentimental one. I thought it was an excellent stage. First half was absolutely brilliant. Getting forward, like I said, nearly got a goal as well. Tommy Asso, you are our man of the match. Thank you very much. All right, people, what do you think of the ratings there that Steve gave? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that share button. Like I said, we've got competitions coming up soon. Thank you for joining us tonight, Steve.
Thank you. It's after being away for a week, it's fantastic to come back to a week, like I said at the beginning. Cheers.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Hit that comment section up, please, people. Peace out. Stay safe. And wash your hands.